Cyberpunk is known for its immersion and realism, and in real life people can be weird. I know this because I am one of those people. However, there are some side quests in Cyberpunk that has even me scratching my head in confusion. Not because of some intellectual discussion that my goldfish-sized brain can't comprehend, but because of how downright ridiculous they are. And I'm not saying they're stupid or immersion breaking, but it's the kind of thing that you'd see in real life. So let's go ahead and get into 5 of the weirdest side quests in Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty, and feel free to comment any weirdness that I may have missed.
So, what do you think about our next big BD star?
He's got some organic chips loose. Needs psychiatric help.
My thoughts exactly. But it's too late for that.
You can do literally anything within Night City's borders, so let's see if you've heard of this one before. You take a job, assassination, bullet to the head, and before you know it, you're crucifying your target. This is going to take a bit of explaining. You have a hit job. Bill Jablonski wants you to avenge his wife's murder, but he gets shot by the cop who is protecting him. Your target, Joshua, now recruits you to come along, but then he refuses to elaborate. You'll meet with the families of another one of Joshua's victims, where they will tell you that he found God and wants to crucify himself for a BD studio. Naturally, you'll ask why, but the girl from the studio, Rachel, doesn't like it when you ask questions that could cause him to lose focus and ruin the BD. She even offers you a bribe to walk away. But you should know better than that. I'm the antagonist. If you tell me to stop making Joshua lose focus, I'm going to try my hardest to make Joshua lose focus. Don't tell me what to do.
Stevenson can't be distracted, he has to focus now.
Joshua and I are talking, so fuck off, will ya?
After the first initial quest, Rachel will call you saying that they're trying to film the BD, but Joshua is freaking out and wants you to come. Platonically, of course. No matter what you do, Joshua will be crucified, but you can tell him it's a bad idea and ruin the studio's entire investment.
You stupid fucking cunt!
Let me guess. Another stalker. How long have you been waiting here, All night? Want me to sign your tits?
If you told me Belle Delphine was going to be in Phantom Liberty, I would have laughed at you, but that's not even the weird part. Dazed and Confused is a side quest where a Dogtown BD star named Lena Molina was kidnapped and is being held in a BD booth against her will. However, when you get there, it's just some random dude who thinks he's Lena. He got his brain fried while watching one of her BDs. His partner wants to invite the real Lena to film a BD with the fake Lena. This quest has many different possibilities. You'll need to go to Lena's house and wait for her. And if you tell her the truth, she tells you to piss off and the quest fails. But if you pretend to be a BD talent scout, you can either pay her up front. If you completed Carrie's questline, you can send her a picture of Carrie and the Us Cracks girls. And if you finished Centerman and didn't sabotage the BD, Lena will actually recognize you.
BD called The Passion. Heard of it?
Who hasn't? Big premiere, controversy, protests. Sold millions of copies.
Worked with the producer, Rachel. Been in the biz for a while.
Knew your Mordechka was familiar. You nailed that Jesus freak to the cross.
Now, when you go back to the store, there's another multiple ways the quest can play out. If you scan the letter Tool wrote to Lena, you can use that as Lena's script, which will then cure Tool, but you'll get no rewards. You can tell Lena to convince Tool that he's an FIA clone, which will cause him to become a paranoid conspiracy theorist, and Lena will give you a tank top as a reward. Alternatively, you can tell Lena to convince Tool that he's her long-lost sister, which will cause Lena and Tool to continue to work together and milk it for all it's worth, just like The Walking Dead. You can also tell her to shop at Jinguji if you completed the Secret Bullets quest. This is the best option for rewards as you get a pretty cool motorcycle. Now, we shouldn't gloss over the fact that you literally have the fate of a guy who's obsessed with a girl who sells bathwater online in the palm of your hands. However, there is an alternate ending to this quest. When you first meet Shank and Tool, you can simply free Tool and call the gig complete. After all, that is what you were hired for. He will even offer you a kiss, which you can accept, and it'll get some funny text messages from Mr. Hands.
All of a sudden, this gonk turd yells, "Fuck you, pigs," and stuffs the bag in his mouth.
Could have had a food tube implant? Like a deep, wide throat?
Yeah, like the one your mom's got.
If you thought Dazed and Confused was as weird as it gets, then I'm about to ruin your entire day. There is a gig in Pacifica called Waiting for Dodger. The boys in blue need your help. Extra emphasis on the word boys. You meet with Stella in her car outside the Pacifica NCPD precinct. Her fiance and his partner wanted to make a deal with Dodger, one of Hansen's goons, but they called Stella for help and didn't elaborate. So naturally, you'll murder everyone inside the building. Just typical Night City biz. When you go down the elevator, you'll find Charlie, who has turned his face into a Jackson Pollock painting.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Charlie will then take you to his partner Bill and introduce you to their friend.
Who's your friend?
Who, me? Just told you, I'm Bill.
Thanks, Bill, got that. No, I mean the dead fucking body on the table you somehow failed to mention to Stella?
They'll explain that one of Dodger's guys stole some drugs, so they caught the guy and were going to deliver the thief and the drugs back to Dodger. But they lost the drugs and killed the thief. Your job from here is to help them escape. When you get to the garage, Dodger will show up and ask you what's going on.
Name's V. Got no clue what I'm doing here.
You'll probably have to end up killing the guy while the cops cower behind their cop car.
Hey, where are the badges when you need them?
I honestly have no idea if this was a rescue mission or a babysitting gig. This is definitely the weirdest quest on this list. And if you're looking for an explanation, then you've come to the wrong place, because I'm just as confused as you are. I'm pretty sure CD Projekt Red was high when they made this quest. Whatever it was, I want some.
This is the last time I do a gig for the badges. Fresh neural links. They're not spying on them, Johnny. They're fucking with their heads.
Mean to say someone's literally controlling our upstanding politicians' minds?
This next quest isn't as weird as Waiting for Dodger, but if I'm being honest, I don't think there will ever be a quest weirder than Waiting for Dodger, but it's still weird nonetheless. Dreamon is a quest you get from Jefferson and Elizabeth Perales. Jefferson has experienced the break-in, but there's no evidence of it, so he wants you to investigate. His wife will give you a tour of the penthouse where you'll eventually find a borked cleanup job of the intruder's blood. When you follow the trail of blood, it takes you to a secret surveillance room, which can be tracked to a black van down the street. When you go pay them a visit, you'll engage in a high-speed chase, or rather a moderate speed chase. The mysterious van will take you to a maelstrom ambush. Once you kill everyone there, you'll hack into the van to find out that the Peraleses have neural links that are replacing their memories and changing their desires, essentially brainwashing them. After you're done with all of that, you'll meet with Elizabeth, where she explains that she pretty much knew this the whole time, but you have just now confirmed it. She also wants you to lie to Jefferson and keep him in the dark. You'll head over to City Center to talk to him. Right before you get there, you'll get a mysterious call from an unknown number.
It doesn't matter what you tell him. It doesn't matter what you think of doing or do. You can't change anything.
What?
We know who you are. We know what you are. We know what you want. You are playing with fire. Don't dare cross the line.
Once you wake up, you can either tell Jefferson the truth and send him into a fit of paranoia, or you can lie to him and keep him in the dark, and have Night City's new mayor be someone who is controlled by the Blackwall. Now before you start scratching your head, this was initially just a theory, along with Mr. Blue Eyes being an AI from beyond the Blackwall, who is actually seen watching over your meeting with Jefferson. This theory is pretty much confirmed at this point after playing Phantom Liberty. Spoilers if you haven't played it, but Songbird is revealed to actually tap into the Blackwall, and because of this, the Blackwall is taking over her body and mind. The scene where you first meet Songbird as a construct is a more ramped up version of the call you get when you meet with Jefferson. There is even a broken TV in Jefferson's penthouse that you can fix, and it causes you and Johnny to have an episode similar to when you first met with Songbird. Mr. Blue Eyes is even the one who gets Songbird on the rocket ship. This quest is just weird, and after the release of Phantom Liberty, it just gets weirder. Especially when there is still no real conclusion. Who knows, maybe the sequel game will have a larger focus on the Blackwall and rogue AIs. Delamain is an AI-driven luxury taxi service, but it doesn't come without its flaws. One day you're just going to get your car from the parking garage and a Delamain car hits you out of nowhere and runs away. When you make your way to the Delamain HQ, he invites you inside and hires you to find his rogue vehicles. There are a total of 7 of them, and each one is uniquely weird. Assuming you go in the default order, the first car is located in North Oak. This car is afraid of driving. He wants you to manually drive him back to the HQ, but you can't hit anything or drive too fast or he'll force the emergency brake until he's ready again.
Enough. I need a moment to calm down.
If you thought that was weird, well, the cars only get weirder. The next car is located in the Glen. He wants to commit suicide. The next car is located in Wellsprings. This is the same car that smashed into yours. He wants to fight, and thanks to weaponized vehicles, it's an easy fight. Not sure where all this internalized anger and hatred come from, but Delamain should probably seek therapy. Our next stop is Pacifica. The car is literally GLaDOS. It's the same voice actress and the same lines of dialogue from Portal. GLaDOS will set a trap for you and you have to kill a few people, but the car is simply just an Easter egg and nothing more.
Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. I'm serious. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
The car in Santo Domingo is also just an Easter egg. This car is named Clarice and wants you to stop the screaming flamingos. She has you hunt down the lawn flamingos in the local neighborhood. Afterwards, you'll quote the line from Hannibal Lecter at the end of the film.
Well, Clarice, have the flamingos stopped screaming?
The next car is out in the Badlands. This one is weird. It's an AI from beyond the Blackwall. I have many questions that unfortunately do not get answered. He tells you to stay away from him. Don't have to tell me twice. The final car is in Watson. He runs away until I guess he runs out of fuel. Again, I have so many questions. There is a follow-up quest where Delamain calls for help, and when you go to the HQ, the entire building is on the fritz and you have to choose to either reset or destroy the core. You can even merge them into one. It doesn't really matter what you do, but hey, you get a free car. There you have it, 5 weird side quests in Cyberpunk. And feel free to let me know of any other side quests that you find to be weird, and subscribe for more future Cyberpunk and RPG videos. Anyways, I'll see you later.